Some lives are measured by years, others by the lives they touch. This is the story of a man who lived for others, a father, a leader, a legacy. This is the story of Chief Edward Dafewari Edugbo, the Opobrisi of Iri Kingdom, head of a Saba family, and first president of Iri Development Union. Born on August 10, 1938 in Iri Town in Delta State, Nigeria, Chief Edward Dafewari Edugbo began life in simplicity. Raised by his grandmother, guided by discipline and shaped by purpose.
Me and Chief Edward Edugbo, we did together in this town. He attended the Airport College, Sapele, while I attended secondary model school in Ole here.
Those days, we don't keep this. Nobody writes anything down. In this way, when this thing happened, that's when we were born. So we don't actually know when exact date we were born. But by our parents' decision, I was born before him, so I'm older than him.
But his story will become far greater than his name.
Telling these tears go and fall away, oh.
Raised by his grandmother in Iri Town, young Edward's journey began with humility, curiosity, and a deep hunger for knowledge. From learning about nature to walking miles in pursuit of education, his path was never easy, but it was always purposeful. In a time when education was rare, he rose to become one of the first to achieve what many thought impossible.
He was the first person to finish secondary school in this town. Edugbo, first secondary school owner in this town. All of us attended secondary model school. He attended that one, first person.
He was more fortunate. His parents were a little bit wealthy. He attended secondary school. They are both grammar school that place. And of course, we were not as fortunate as him. We went down to secondary modern school. But we all managed, suffering, to meet up.
When we were in secondary school and this school, we formed dramatic society, where society we formed in this town. We acted one play called Lumumba. That time Lumumba was this, we acted it. He was Lumumba. I played one part two in this town. We formed a football association too, also in this town, to bring up people out. We're organizing so that we engage our boys to go to secondary school so that we can get people in this area.
A brilliant student, determined young man, a dreamer who refused to settle. Even when doors were closed, he found another way.
I think at his death, there are things that I got to know more about him, which were quite, I would say, has helped me to gain more wisdom on how life works. First and foremost, relating to him as a person, as an individual, I knew him as an impartial person. He will not do anything that will make you see him as a biased person. And he was somebody that had love for people. His love for people was so much that I sometimes feel that he loves people more than he even loved his family. Not like he wasn't providing for us anyway, but his love and passion for people was so enormous.
From a very young boy fascinated by nature to a student who stood out among many, his journey was marked by excellence and unrelenting desire to rise. I knew what I wanted, and I pursued it.
My father is an enigma in all sense of the word. And that is why in writing his autobiography, he entitled it, "My Life is a Miracle." Everything about him speaks of God's hand in a multifaceted, multidimensional, and in such a manner that everybody knows God is with this man.
Edugbo got an appointment at NEPA and he went to Benin. At that time I was teaching at Iyede. It's something I brought up closer. Bring me to be closest. If I can talk, I will say if there's anybody among us in this area, it's closer to Edugbo, there's none. Two of us were closest. Why? Edugbo, he did something marvelous to me. He was in Benin. When I got a point, I went to interview at Benin. That time they just created the Midwest region, Benin at the headquarters. I passed an exam that would make me to enter the civil service as a clerk. So I attended the interview. I stayed with him, did the interview, and I came home. A classmate of his from Abbott attended the interview with me. Yeah, he was still in Benin, and I was in Benin. When I came home, we met in his house, that's how we knew. So when I came home, I was at Iyede doing my teaching job, waiting for this thing. Then, one day, in the night, not in the daytime itself, Edugbo came to Iyede. Get go. Why are you here this time? I said, you are appointed. They told me you are appointed, and if you do not receive by tomorrow, it will elapse. I closed from work that evening. I think it was on a Thursday also, I cannot still remember. A working day, the entire road, not straight to as it is now. Go to Pontu at Ogara. We enter Pontu, fly over to Sapele, from Sapele, enter Motu to Wari. The road was very bad. And we go to the risk for me.
Through hardship, rejection, missed opportunities, he did not stop. From climbing palm tree as a boy to classrooms, offices, he kept moving forward.
May the last one burn into flames.
In every place he worked, he left a mark. At the Electricity Corporation of Nigeria, at the university, at Ethernet Limited, he didn't just do his job. He transformed systems, inspired people, and created results. He was not just a yes sir man. He was a thinker.
Well, I've had a number of experiences with him, but in my childhood, my most significant experience was when I asked him that I wanted to buy. Normally, when I was small as a child, every week my father would give me money to go and buy books. I had a love for books right from when I was small, and so there was one weekend where he forgot to give me money to go and buy a book. You know, I normally go to Kingsway of those days. We'll go there. My love was just books, so he would give me money every week. So that week he forgot, and so he promised me that when he comes back, you know, because normally every Friday he's already off at home going to the village. So he promised me that when he comes back from the village, he will make up for it. And so when he came back from the village, he told me that during the break time he will come home and then take me to Kingsway. So I was very happy because I knew that it means that my budget has increased. So we went to Kingsway. He took me and Ojona. We went to Kingsway, and then I got lost. Usually when I go to Kingsway, I would stay in the book session. I would look at all the books on every row before I pick one, and I'll go and pay and go. So that day, while Ojona was in the toy section, I was in the book section as usual, and I started selecting. I selected a lot of books. So when they were looking for me, because they were already at the counter waiting for me to come, they came to call me, and lo and behold, I packed a heap of books to the table. So, but you know, if it's some parents, they will start shouting at you. He didn't say anything, he just opened his wallet and paid. If you know my dad in those days, he doesn't hold normally he goes with mint, doesn't hold. So his wallet was practically empty, but he never shouted, he didn't say anything, and that was just it. So in my child, that was a significant experience for me because that led me to know that he loved my habit of reading, and it's a very significant moment for me.
As an enlightened president, like I've said, he took education as something very important. He tries to help those who are attending higher institutions. I am one of them. Knowingly or unknowingly, there was where I was going back to school. That was the voice of the father. He saw me on the way. What's happening? I'm going. Just dip hand in the pocket and gave me 600 naira. That was exactly my school fees. So he paid my school fees. And that was what he was doing to so many people, helping them to be educated.
Well, Papa in his lifetime was a whole lot of blessing morally, spiritually. He's a total man who, by reason of his expertise, learning, and everything that he represents, is able to raise a total child, or by extension, total children. He was a man that daily you have something to learn from, because he was a voracious reader. He was an administrator par excellence. He was a leader of a rare kind. I call him an enigma. He was a quintessential leader in all sense of the word. And I'm proud to have come to this world through his loins and to be under his paternal tutelage in all sense of.
Well, Growing up with my father in the same home, we always had a lot of people coming in because of his activities in different endeavors. Though I was never really fully involved in what he was doing, but I knew people always come. There was a series of meetings. He helped people a lot. There were a lot of persons he helped. That, you know, being a family, there are times where he would even sacrifice our own comfort to please other people. And you know it now, we will always be like, no, don't do this. But he would still insist to like try to ensure that the next person has something to eat, has something like maybe in regards to maybe education or any other thing. He's a man that had passion for people. So he helped a lot of people. You don't necessarily have to be related to him by blood. He's just open-hearted, open-minded.
He's a very loving person. He loves education. So he channeled us towards education. And today, by the special grace of God, what we are today, those that are educated, are through his effort. He encourages us seriously to turn the path of education that will benefit us. So he normally called us, advised us, tell us many things.
Daddy is a very principled man. He says whatever he does, and he does whatever he says. Yes, Daddy is not a man that compromises things. He's not a man that changes figures.
As a president of the community, he had serious love for the community and he was attracting government projects. He attracted government projects to the community. One of such was the secondary school in this community.
Edugbo is one of the people we can say we can rely on in Iri. He was first president of the Development Union. This idea, Development Union. And Edugbo ruled very well in Iri. A man who can be trusted. A man who can be trusted. We really trusted him. He did a lot of work in Iri here that people will praise him.
Tears go and fall away, oh, may the last one burn into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose, yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.